Okay. Hello, everybody. Let me just stop that a sec. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Spitfire Audio's Aperture Cassette Symphony. Very interesting instrument this is. We'll also be using some stuff from Labs as well. Now, I suggest everybody, oops, here we go. I suggest everybody get Labs because Labs is completely 100% free. If you've got a Mac or a PC, you can get Labs for free. And all its many instruments, and it is a remarkable thing from Spitfire Labs. It's very good. Right, so Cassette Symphony. This is really clever. What they did was they got an orchestra, and they recorded the orchestra onto cassette, but not just one cassette. Let me just find this, see if I can go in here. This is it here. What they did is they took this orchestra here. Let's see, and they recorded an orchestra, an ordinary orchestra, like not a 200-piece orchestra, obviously, but they recorded this orchestra onto 200 Walkmans. Okay, so they bought 200 Walkmans, recorded the orchestra onto these 200 Walkmans, and then you have these speaker placements all around as well. So that's what they did, and it sounds really cool. It's like a Mellotron on steroids. Like the sound that you've just listened to. Let me just get back to Reason. The sound that you've just listened to, which is, let me just get back onto this. This is brass, and it's low brass, and this is just the sustain version of that. So now this control here, the expression, this, if it's right at the bottom like that, you've only got a few members of the orchestra playing. And as you bring this up, it opens the aperture and adds in the speaker sound as well as more of the cassettes. Now, in the library itself here, you start with low strings, high strings, low strings worn, and high strings worn. Now, just to emphasize this, we're on low brass here. Now I'm gonna go on to low brass worn. I'm just gonna double tap it, and it will load into the memory there. It takes a little bit of time because these libraries are huge. So in the meantime, while that's loading, I'll just go on to Labs here. And this is from the latest Labs, which is called Bell Swarm. Now the mod wheel for Bell Swarm does that. This is very cool. Let me just bring up the volume a little bit. And we can change the type as well, of course. So Bell Swarm here, and this is Vibrato Swarm. So I'm going to just quickly load that one in. And that'll be there for us to play in just a sec. So very nice. What I'm going to do is now play you the brass low with the worn. I need to go back to the instruments, excuse me. So you can hear now that super lo-fi. So another cool thing here is we've got a sustain, and then we have tape loop. Then we have reels. These are all different articulations. Then we have scattered, which is really nice. So I'll play one note. Then you have hairpin. Marcato. And staccato. And in the effects, we have a low pass filter, a tightness, a reverb, a noise, which adds some tape noise in. So first of all, I'm going to add a little bit of percussion. I'm going to go into percussion 1, and we've got kit and timpani. So we'll wait till that loads up. They do take a while to load because they're huge. They're absolutely huge libraries. So we have to just wait. We have to be patient. So I'd like to welcome everyone who's here in the chat as well. Hello, thank you very much for joining me. I can't pay a lot of attention to the chat because it's over, as usual, when I'm doing the VST, it's over the complete left-hand side of me. So you can see that the keyboard is divided into 2 sections here, which means that we can... Oops. Well, that's freaking my CPU out, so there we go, it's better. This is the kit 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this thing here, and I'm going to bring in some kit. I'll turn the microphone down. So that'll do for a bit of percussion on that. Just stop that. And I'm going to bounce this in place so I can continue to use this instance of Aperture, which saved me loading another one. These are great. They're fantastic, these instruments, for if you're a media composer or something like that. Obviously, that's what they're kind of designed for, people who do scores, stuff like that, you know. So the instruments are kind of designed for that kind of thing. So let me just delete that MIDI so we can start with another patch. Right, so let's see. I can basically get rid of a big chunk of that as well. It should just come in. Let me just see. It should be okay. So here I will bring in, let me just set my locator so it's easy for me. I'll bring in some labs. So let's go and find a suitable patch for that. So labs, like I said, labs is absolutely blinking awesome. There's so many instruments in here that you can use. Well, I'm going to put in some Gaelic voices, and maybe, let me just check, maybe some R's, I think. Might just be nice for this. And this should load pretty quick. There we go. Get onto labs. Find where I am on the keys. Maybe something else. Yeah, let's see. Now I'm gonna so I think what it's going to do is something like that. Yeah, all of the labs instruments are free. Every single labs instrument, the whole labs ecosystem is completely free. The piano book ecosystem isn't free. Some of it is, most of it is, but some of it isn't. But the labs is totally 100% free. You won't pay a penny. Absolutely. This isn't free. This choir. This choir is part of labs. This is free. The Aperture Cassette Orchestra is 200 quid. That's not free. Right, let's see how this sounds, shall we? I want to just make sure I go from here so I can. Yeah. So I am going to see how that sounded. I think that sounded okay, to be fair. I'll just stop this a sec. Oh, Jim, labs. This is labs. Labs is Spitfire audio, and labs is free. I'll actually show you. I can go to the website there. If we go to free, what we get for free, there we go. You get Piano Book. Now, Piano Book is free, okay? Piano Book is completely free. However, inside Piano Book, there are tons and tons of free instruments, but there are some premium instruments that aren't free. Not many, but there are. They're about 80 quid. Labs here, as you can see, is free. And also, if you want the BBC Discover Orchestra, that's free as well. So you can get a BBC Orchestra, which is a reduced size from the Core and the Pro. But it's still very, very, very good. Colin really likes BBC Discover Orchestra. Labs comes with, I don't know, it's probably about 20 gigs worth of stuff now. And that is completely free. And you choose what you want to download and etc. And stuff like that. But yeah, if you just want Labs, just go to Spitfire Audio's website. Just go click on Labs, and then you'll be taken to, tells you what it is, what instruments are, all the stuff that's in it, which is all this stuff and much, much more. And that's all completely free. So yeah, you can do an awful lot with Labs, incredible amounts actually. Right, so right now, so we've got that bit of, and I ended on an A minor at the end there. So I think first of all, I'm going to add something else in from, I'll just close that out of the way. I'm just going to go to freeze this, which is that Gaelic orchestra. That shouldn't take too long. Okay, there we go. So there's our frozen Gaelic orchestra. I'm going to delete that MIDI there so we can still use Labs. So like this, I'm saving on a lot of CPU. I'm going to go back to the main Aperture app, the Aperture Cassette Symphony. Like I said, this one is 200 quid. And I'm going to go and find some high strings. And actually, I'm going to use high strings worn. So I'll just double click on this and it'll load here. Anything with Spitfire, once this little green dot is solid green, that means that the instrument is loaded and ready to use. So it's just best to wait till that's done. Otherwise, it won't be loaded properly and it won't sound as good as it should, sort of thing. However, it doesn't take mega ages. In fact, if you're working, like making a track, it's nothing, because then once the sound's loaded, you're just using it, sort of thing. It's still loading that. I can still use it, you see, but you'll get some dropouts because it's how often it's been sampled. I really like this. So this is strings high, worn, so it would be the effect that the actual tape was worn off the cassette. I'm going to increase the range there, and probably also some noise in here, and I think some probably reverb. And I'm definitely going to go into something like scattered as well. Now, I should say that once your instrument is loaded, all the articulations here, and you also get your access to the effects here as well, which is the same as these. All the articulations are loaded as well. That's why it takes so much time to load. So it loads. It's actually in this case loading 8 articulations. And in some instruments, you have 3 pages. In the BBC Core Orchestras, it's like sort of 3 or 4 pages of articulations to load as well. So that's an awful lot. Doug's last Labs video wasn't free. Yes, it was, Jim. It was free. Labs is free. You've never ever paid for Labs. You've never paid for Labs. Honestly. I've done lots of Spitfire videos. Spitfire Audio with a company. Labs is an instrument. Cassette Symphony is an instrument. Right, here we go. So this is a little bit loud. I'm running it through a Baby Audio compressor just to control the volume. Right, okay. Right, nice. So I'm going to add just a few little bits and pieces as the track is playing through. Let's do that. So nothing drastic. We'll put the click on so I can hear what I'm doing. Okay. Super. We shall, as normal, bounce that in place. Let's see what chat's doing. Okay. Right. Right, okay. Stop that. And as per normal, I just need to delete that MIDI. And now we shall add something from Labs. But this time we'll go from here. This first section kind of... sounds okay. So from here, we'll be looking at, just extend that a little bit. We'll go into Labs and see what we've got. Now, I must say that Labs has a couple of absolutely amazing drum kits that were added not too long ago. If I go to percussion here, so you've got like you've got a big category list as well because it's so vast now. So just tune percussion, untune percussion, experimental, and then there's drums, right? So you've got vintage drums. You've got a 1975 kit and an animal kit. These were recorded in a really nice studio, I think in Wales. And then there's a basic drum kit. This 1975 kit, if I load this again shouldn't take too long to load. Once it's done, I can demo some of these drums. Now they've split the kit as well over these 2 octaves as well, so that if you're playing like a drummer, you can, on the snare, you can go sort of, I need to go, so you've got 2 kicks there, see? I'm not using the drums, but I just wanted to show you how really good they are. Really good kit, that is. Right, I'm going to find something a bit stranger than that, though, so I'm going to go in here. Going to clear this and have a look for something. What's this? Organic textures, Thunder and Birdsong, nope. Foghorn's really good. That was added not too long ago. Soft piano was lovely. Strings, trumpet fills is bizarre. They're not big nice. Let's see, Siren Song. I'll know when I see it. There's a really nice choir in here as well. Textural pads. Modular pianos. Tape orchestra. Handbells, lap steel. Scary strings. Scary strings might be good. And I'm looking for London Atmos Granular Whale Song. Tape piano, maybe. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to load this tape piano in. Shouldn't take long. Lab stuff loads pretty quick. I've used this stuff loads. Yeah, something like that would be nice, I think. It's great, isn't it? It's so lo-fi. I'm going to Okay, so that sounds nice. Let's freeze that in place. So there we go. Once we've frozen that, I want to add some strings from Aperture. So that should sound ookie dookie. This is a really nice way to show what they can do as well. You know, you actually make something with it and you can get an idea of what you can do. So again, we'll just delete the MIDI from there because we don't need it now because we've got it as an audio track here. I shall go back to Aperture here and we shall go into Aperture and have a look and go and find the strings. So these are strings worn. Oh, I know, not strings, not strings. Let's go and check out the woodwind. So there's 4 categories. You've got strings, brass, woodwind, and percussion. I'm going to look at woodwind, and I'm going to look at maybe high winds, but not worn. I can add some deterioration with the effects once it's loaded. While that's loading, should we just play a little bit of this, see what it sounds like? Oh, thanks, Stephen. Thank you. Thanks so much, mate. Honestly, thank you. Okay, that's okay. This is still loading, so we're up to nearly half a gig of over half a gig now. Let's see how much it is. So this, like, don't forget, like I said, it's not just loading, it's loading the patch, but it's loading the 8 articulations, which are all completely separate. So here we go. These are just the sustains. And this is opening the aperture, like bringing in all those speakers you saw in the room, and more of the cassettes. But maybe the tape loop or the reels. Yeah. So listen, we'll do this. Let's just play. Okay, that sounds nice. Stop that. This will be okay, so I'm gonna bounce it and then we can lower the volume, because I don't really want it to be that prominent in the mix there. So I think I just want it kind of to sit behind the piano. Okay. Super on then. Right. And just delete. Now, I just want to. There it is. See what it sounds like. Yes, yeah, there is, yes. Play the Aptitude. I think that sounds quite nice. What time is it? Right. Let's listen to what we've got. I'm going to add. I think another. I'm going to add another. Not that one. Where was it? This. Another Labs instrument. Let's see what we've got. We've got tape. That was tape piano, amplified, vintage drums. Rare groove piano, cello, moods, auto harp's quite nice. Pipe organ, monochord, charango, mandolin, some synth stuff, sleigh bells, Arctic swells, tundra atmosphere. Let's have a listen to this. Slowed there. Sounds quite ominous. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Some percussion. Oh, here we go. Ghost in the harbour. Ghost at the harbour from the Tundra Atmos instrument for labs. So lovely. So maybe let's see what we've got going on. So let's go from about here. Sounds nice. And bounce. That one in place. If you haven't already struck the like, folks, please strike it. Hit the like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please consider becoming a Patreon. Add me first. Wait, I'd me first go with a short today. I made a short just before I did the live stream, just for fun, you know, because I've never done one before. I thought, oh, short, I'll have a go, and I did, and it was really quite easy. So anyway, all I did was edit one of my older video. Well, one from Wires the other night, but it was it's pretty straightforward stuff. Nice. Anyway, okay, so let's see. I'm going to delete that now, and I think there's one more thing to add, and I'll add it from Labs as well. Something atmospheric, I think. So, more atmospheric than that Ghosts thing. There's some real smooth stuff in here. I'm going to just have a quick look around. Synth pads, just quiet. Pedal pads, music box. Astral forms. I'm gonna look at experimental because that'd be the easiest way to do this. So experimental. Here we go. Is Astral Forms, Ons Musicals. That was a really good video they did as well. Oh, there's only 2. Oh no, there's loads. Tundra Atmos, Arctic Swells. Here we go. Like some of these are really good. So let's just monochord, granular whale song. Let's try that, shall we? These are you can't really tell from the examples. You have to load them in and play them like further up the what's it. Some of these are good. Hang on. No, I'm not looking for that type of atmosphere. I think, let me just, thunder and rain, that might do it. Let me just load that in. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so let's see. So somewhere around here. That's epic. Lovely. Quick freeze on that. Bounce that in place. And that is it. I won't do any more now because it's 1:45. What I will do though before I go is obviously play the thing through for you. See what you think. So I actually thought that was alright actually. So I actually, I'm just going to save this. Stop that. Let's go save. Okay, and close that. And I'll run the thing through. That's it. How long did you do? 2 minutes? Okay. So not bad. All right. Super. Again, guys, thanks so much. Thank you very, very much. I'll play this through while you say ta-ra to each other. So you got a couple of minutes anyway. Yeah, I like experimental stuff. It's my favourite thing to do. You know, do you know what I love about it? Right, I suggest everyone have a go at this. There's no plan, is there? There's no, you know, you might have an idea and think, oh, if I start with that, then you just don't know where it's going to go. You know, it's not like writing a song. It's more about what interesting sounds you can find. And just going with the flow and the feeling of it, and it's not even about musicianship. It's just more about the feeling of the piece of music. Just knowing a little bit of music, a little tiny bit helps a little bit with keys and things. But other than that, find a key you like and learn the chords in that, and you're good to go basically. So that's the thing. Anyway, I will probably be back tomorrow evening with some more interesting and who knows, it'll be iPad stuff tomorrow anyway for sure. That'll be definite. Oh gosh, excuse me. And thanks guys. You know what I should say as well, I do massively appreciate you all coming each night. You know, I know it's a thing out your day and stuff, so it's you know, it is appreciated by me and Joe, and I hope you find it interesting. And I love the fact that you talk to each other about just whatever you like. You know, that's really cool for me. It's great, you know. Anyway, because it's like a place where you can gather, and if you've got things to say to each other, you can go, well, he'll probably be back on tomorrow night or whatever, you know. Anyway, folks, listen, I am going to go, and I'm just going to play this through for you. Excuse me, and let's put that there. Not like that won't make any difference. Okie dokie. See you all later. Ta-ra.